Our team is problem solver and the topic is household waste reduction. This is our team members. Next, please. Then this is the structure of our presentation. The background will be introduced at first, and using the integrated problem, we'll focus on the area of customers and suppliers to form the following analysis. Next, please. So why do we solve this problem? The world has plenty of uncollected household waste. Next, please. Harmful substances and bacteria from household waste can lead to bad quality of underground water supplies. Water and soil will be polluted, and the serious pollution will harm the health of human beings and animals' life. In addition, climate change is another risk related to household waste. The trash that is dumped in landfills releases methane gas. Those factors not only impact the environment, but impact on human beings. Therefore, it is crucial to reduce household waste. Next, please. For the following analysis, we use an integrated thinking model. Integrated thinking model encourages us to reframe the problem by articulating models. The process can be creative to come up with a new and better solution to solve this problem. Next, please. Firstly, we build up two opposite models because sometimes we will have multiple opinions. So it is essential to develop two extreme and opposite models. It is to discover the real effects and causes in order to find out the solution. We try to think of how we can do to reduce household waste, then it comes up with two models. Model one is to limit the production and purchase of household goods through the government legal regulation. Model two is not to limit through using recyclable products. Next, we focus on two aspects in each model, which are buyers and suppliers. Model one, we will face policies and laws that government can support. In model two, we will evaluate methods other than policies and laws. It is more focused on recycling. Next, please. Next, please. Then I will consider the reactions of the main players in the market. This chart captures an understanding of how each model works for the players. Next, please. I picked the consumers, governments, manufacturers, and retailers. A similar reaction could be they get less profit and may not afford the rent and reduce production. This chart can help the following stages to develop new solutions by considering most of the reactions and protecting their interests. Next, please.
Okay, after my group member Kai Tong had identified the two opposing models, I began to examine both models in the second stage in order to deeply analyze them. Firstly, I compared the similarities and differences. Among them, the solution proposed by the two models can reduce the demand and supply of household goods, and this is also the core point to reduce the household waste. On the other hand, for differences, firstly, the implementation of Model 1 can fundamentally reduce the generation of household waste, while the Model 2 meets sustainable development and achieves the goal under long-term implementation. From this, I realized that the main tensions between these two models is whether to restrict household goods, specifically the promotion and the implementation of restrictive policies cannot meet the original demand of consumers and suppliers for buying and selling household goods, but meeting the need of both cannot achieve the same problem-solving effect of implementing such policies. So from the aspect of different players' benefits, some conflicts can also be found. Based on the exclusivity of these two models, we also made assumptions. In Model 1, it is assumed that government successfully implements the policies. Customers will buy on demand and suppliers will regularly supply household goods in the market. In Model 2, it is assumed that customers are aware about the importance of environmental protection and waste reduction and actively use recyclable products rather than before, while suppliers supply environmental-friendly products. However, after breaking these assumptions, I found that the originally feasible solutions models have risk, such as recyclable products cannot be widely used instead of increasing social cost. Then I sketched a causal model diagram. It can be seen from the diagram that the two models have different operating methods, but the same value benefits. Therefore, the two models start with solving the same problem and end with the same result. After the above research and analysis, I began to think about whether these two models can really be used as opposing models to solve the problem, and some new ideas began to appear. At this time, I realized that we need to return to the problem that we really need to be solved, which is reduce household waste. Therefore, my team member Yu Hao conducted further analysis in the next part.
So the stage 3 will explore different possibility. It is a thinking process about math coordination. The combination of key benefits between models resolves the tensions between two models. Here we can find the three pathways, which are the hidden gem, the double down, and the decomposition. Okay, turning next page. Turning to the first pathway, hidden gem is a positive factor of the two models were combined. The tensions that need to be removed are the inability to meet the needs of customers and suppliers from Model 1, the lack of funds, the lack of funding from recyclable, and consumers neglect of recycling from Model 2. Therefore, the new model is set to set up advertisement on public places about reducing the purchase of household goods and recyclable material will be funded by the government because we combine two positive factors. In Model 1, the positive factor is the government support, which is advertisements, while from Model 2, the other positive factor is recyclability. Okay, next page. Looking at the second pathway, it is adding positive elements from one model to another model. We take the legislation from the first model and put it in the second model. Legislation is positive elements. Legal requirements and people followings are the new causal link. So we made the government's laws and policies to guide consumers' recycling habits and producers' recycling technology as a new model. Next page, please. When we go into the third pathway, it requires that each model is used to deal with different features of household waste reduction. The two parts of the problem are the period one, customers purchase household products, and the period that which household products are produced. Therefore, we apply two models to these two periods, and the combined module is the producer research recyclable materials, and the government set a law to limit the amount consumers they can buy, they could buy. The next part will be presented by Zhihang.
After showing the new model of government established laws and policies to guide consumers' recycling habits and producers' recycling technology, I'm going to talk about assessing the prototypes. Next. In this stage, we're focusing on the feasibility of the project. After research, we found out the benefit for the government if they participate in reducing waste. Instead of propping up declining polluting industries, the government can future-proof livelihoods by investing in more green jobs. In 2016, there were 681,000 jobs, 37.8 billion in wages, and 5.5 billion in tax revenues that green job created in the USA. Also, reducing waste would help manufacturers. In order to decrease the cost of goods, more and more of today's products are being manufactured with recycling content such as newspapers, paper towels, steel cans, and plastic laundry detergent bottles. This would help manufacturers earn more profit eventually and easily get help from government. Finally, establishing the law for reducing waste can be a great help for consumers. There are a lot of common household items and office supply products that contain recycled materials such as plastics, soft drink containers, and aluminum. That means as a consumer aspect, this would potentially help consumers set up recycling habits. To fix this situation, we came up with three solutions. First, the government should establish a law that offers more money in recycling and transform the traditional pollution industry into more green jobs. Second, the government should issue a law that gives more support to the manufacturers which can use more recycled materials and technologies. Third, the government should set up an allowance for families that use more recycled materials and sell them back to the manufacturers. Next page.
The optimal solution will have an impact on government, household, consumers, and manufacturer. Manufacturer and consumer are subject to external influence from laws and recycling religions. Government could be affected by social external influence. The external impact is strong when consumers and manufacturers fail to fulfill their recyclable obligations, such as the lack of waste sorting and mass sale of disposable products. Meanwhile, when there is too much government legal intentions, social pressure drives external influence such as protest activity. So the positive impact is consumers and manufacturers know how to recycle living products through religions so that the environment is protected. But the negative impact is the government would be resisted by social. Customer and manufacturer might be under pressure. Next.
Group first opposing model and then examine and exploit the model. And finally, through the assess of our group on the integrated solution, improve laws while developing rural household products. This solution maximizes the benefits of the losses and security